welcome. Thanks, folks, for popping back in for part 3 of Ray, This Is Your Life. Let's just jump right in, and I think we're going to have some fun tonight. I think this is, I think we solved a couple of technical issues, and I think we're in for a good time tonight. And I'm willing to risk jinxing it by saying that. Well, caught in the rain, lost in a pickle, no one will give you a clue. Well, I'll be ready for you. The cards are dealt, and life's being fickle. One thing will always be true. Well, I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. When that first call gets through, well, I'll be ready for you. Yes, I will. Like a hand in your glove, like a foot in your shoe. If it's the last thing I do, well, I'll be ready for you. Now, times get hard and people are shifty. Skies won't always be blue, but I'll be ready for you. When you feel like a kid, but you find out you're 50, bid those worries adieu, 'cause I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. When that first call gets through, I'll be ready for you. Just like a hand in your glove, like a foot in your shoe. If it's the last thing I do, well, I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. When that first call gets through, well, I'll be ready for you. Just like a hand in your glove, like a foot in your shoe. If it's the last thing I do, well, I'll be ready for you. If it's the last thing I do, you know that I'll be ready for you. Well, all right. Well, that's a good way to just get warmed up a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to turn over to the comments so I can see what folks are saying. Hi, Marianne. Hey, Deb Pay. I mentioned you last week, Deb Pay. All righty. Hey, Dennis. This next song, you know, what's great about this concert series and running through all the songs that I've written that I like still, let's get to talk a little bit about where they come from. This one was inspired by a mystery writer named James Crumley. He inspired like a lot of contemporary mystery writers, like Michael Connelly in particular. And he had a character, he had a gumshoe named C.C. Chagru. He only wrote 4 books, but he had a lasting influence. The Last Good Kiss, if you get a chance to read that book, or at very least Google the first line. The first line is pretty famous for a guy who's not famous. Anyway, his gumshoe, C.C. Chagru, was the inspiration for this song. stopped to get some gas. He asked me for a credit card. I handed him my cash. He counted it and nodded. He said, "Son, you look the desperate man." He said, "How far are you going?" And I said, "Far as I can." It's just paper in my wallet. It's just metal in my jeans. Unless you've walked in my shoes, you won't know what I mean. I filled my rearview mirror with bets that I refused, but I'd put money on forgetting you. I'd put money on forgetting you. Somewhere in the desert, I found the perfect bar. He poured one without asking, just like he carried the same scar. He looked down at my money and what we agreed upon. He'd take it when he needed to, and he'd tell me when it's gone. It's just paper in my wallet. It's just metal in my jeans. And unless you've walked in my shoes, you won't know what I mean. I must have lost a fortune on bad advice. It's true, it's true. But I'd put money on forgetting you. I'd put money on forgetting you. She was sitting in the corner, a diamond without flaws. I bought her one for smiling and another just because. She said she had a place nearby, about a mile or two. She was trying to finish college. You know, I'll bet that she makes it too. It's just paper in my wallet. Hey, it's just metal in my jeans. Unless you've walked in my shoes, well, you won't know what I mean. I burned holes in my pockets with these things that I can't use, but I'd put money on forgetting you. I'd put money on forgetting you, yeah, forgetting you. Hey, alright. I'd put money on forgetting you. That was off the Time Leaves Things Behind album. And I think I mentioned last week, you can go to raylambiase.com and listen to everything I've ever recorded in its entirety, and with the lyrics if you're even so inclined. I'd like to send this one out to my friend Judy Martin, who was happened to be a big fan of this song, and I was thinking about her today when I was running through it. I'd like to know she's not forgotten. Well, you say passion has stung you like a bee, but anyone with eyes but you can see. The smoke is rising clear across this town, and there's nothing left but ashes on the ground. 'Cause your new flame is out. Yeah, she's out and about. Your new flame is out, and there's no shadow of a doubt. 'Cause your new flame is out. You stand by this fire in your soul and watch the sparks lift through the night out of control. But are those stars shining in her eyes? The city lights stretched across the city sky. 'Cause your new flame is out. Yeah, she's out and about. Your new flame is out. There's no shadow of a doubt. 'Cause your new flame is out. You say passion has stung you like a bee, but anyone with eyes but you can see. Although you think you've found the perfect match, and close the cover on that book, there's still one catch. Your new flame is out. Yeah, she's out and about. Your new flame is out, and there's no shadow of a doubt. 'Cause your new flame, your new flame, your new flame is out. was from 20 Lies and Other Stories. This little short story takes place in the Gilded Palace of Sin. That place out in Nevada. Well, what happens there stays there, they say. Except for this story. This story makes it all the way out across the interwebs. Hey, Bob. Joy, welcome back. Thank you so much. So this is a little tale of a couple named Joe and Cheryl. No relation to my cousin Cheryl, if she's out there listening. We've been through this. Joe gassed up the Chevrolet, the backseat was a mess. He drove Cheryl to that desert town in her wedding dress. They told them at the chapel that Elvis had been there. Now Joe didn't have much money, but Cheryl didn't care. She had his hand to hold. Their rings were made of silver, but love is made of gold. They settled at the roulette wheel once they had tied the knot. She said, why don't we turn around the little that we got? But that ball flew 100 times, and 100 times it dropped. 100 times their hearts sank when it rattled to a stop. She didn't need a diamond, she had his hand to hold. Their rings are made of silver, but love is made of gold. At the tables, well, a gambler cool as ice. He was piling up his winnings just like he owned the dice. The players hooped and hollered each time he hit his stride. Joe looked up and through the crowd saw Cheryl by his side. She didn't need a diamond, she had his hand to hold. Their rings are made of silver, but love is made of gold. And Joe looked at his last quarter, and then he dropped it down the chute. But when it came up sevens, by then the point was moot. The last time he saw Cheryl, she was halfway out the door. He went up to get his things and left the quarters on the floor. She didn't need a diamond, she had his hand to hold. Their rings are made of silver, but love is made of gold. She didn't need a diamond, she had his hand to hold. Their rings are made of silver, but love is made of gold. But love is made of gold. go. That's right, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's in Vegas this year. Is that right, Dennis? Oh, well, there you go. I have to give a quick shout out to Bill Sweeney, Bill Intiman, Melanie Sichel, and Gary Moran, who did a psychedelic version of this next song, but I have just a couple of things to say about it. First, I'll give you a little bit of background. One, in case Bill Sweeney or John O'Malley is out there, it is not, I repeat, it is not a true story. It's not a true story. Made the whole thing up. It's about a scouting party in the Civil War that gets separated from its unit and has to join the fray sort of unprotected. It was inspired when I read, much to my surprise, maybe I shouldn't have been surprised, but during the Civil War, there was absolutely no problem if someone deserted, just shooting them and killing them. No trial, no nothing, just to stop that from happening. And this actually even extended, this bizarre policy, even extended into the war against the Indians after the Civil War, and apparently no one was more guilty of this odd practice or a proponent of this odd practice than George Custer. Anyway, that's where this song has its roots, in that when I was reading about that. It's called Cedar Hill. And check out the King Penguin, Google King Penguin Cedar Hill, their psychedelic version of this. It's pretty cool. In May of 1862, the rebels would not yield. They drove us back across a Shenandoah field and cut off from our cavalry the truth, a bitter pill. We'd ride alone up Cedar Hill. Now Captain Lowry had command. His words, the spring air chilled. He said, boys, there's only one way out, kill or else be killed. So we set out, and I made the choice that haunts me to this day. I trailed behind, I turned and rode away. Yeah, I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. 15 men went up that day, 15 are fighting still. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. I raced across the nearest farm, out over Crooked Run. I thought I heard him call my name before I heard his gun. I know I watched the moon above an empty blue sky fill, rising over Cedar Hill. Yeah, I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. 16 men went up that lantern the colors of the fall. Busy streets have filled with cars and shopping malls. The years below pass quickly, and yet somehow time stands still on Cedar Hill. Yeah, I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. Yes, 16 men went up that day, 15 are fighting still. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. There's a okay. You must have missed the intro, Allison. You can't read about it because it doesn't exist. It's just a made-up story. But thank you, Allison, for dropping by. You can Google it if you want. You'll come up with me and King Penguin. So maybe I should not discourage you from Googling it. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So once upon a time, you know, I did give some thought to each of the CDs and try to give them some sort of theme. And at one point in time, I thought I'd try to write a children's album. So that'd be fun. Well, I spent, I don't know, a month or two, or a torturous month or two, learning how hard it is to write a children's song, and quickly abandoned that idea. But did get the one song out of it, which will be on the new record, which, God willing, and the creek don't rise, you'll be able to listen to this summer. There's a dragon in my wagon, and I pull him along. He smiles all the while, he sings a fiery song. Most folks just ignore us, but I jump in on the chorus, and I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. There's a dragon in my wagon, and I take him everywhere. He whistles while we wander like he doesn't have a care. The sidewalk looks enormous, like an ocean waiting for us. I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. And if you're wondering how I know, or if you think I'm bragging, anytime you take a look, you'll see that his tail is wagging. There's a dragon in my wagon, he dances on the ride, and I hear his toes start tapping, his head moves side to side, and when his shoulders bobble, wagon rocks and wobbles, and I'm happy that he's happy because I'm happy too. And if you're wondering how I know, or if you think I'm bragging, anytime you take a look, you'll see that his tail is wagging. There's a dragon in my wagon, and we roll through the town. There's nothing like a best friend to help you get around. And when my bedtime's calling and fast asleep he's falling, I'm happy that he's happy because I'm happy too. Yeah, I'm happy that he's happy because I'm happy too. I think we should all keep that dragon in our wagon. There's a great last line in the Tom Robbins book. I don't know if it was Skinny Legs and All or not. Great last line. He said, "It's never too late for a happy childhood." Something to that. Okay. Let's see. All right, this is the point in the night where I interject an obscure song that no one tuning in has ever heard. But it's a winter song. I actually wrote it a few winters back. I think it was one of those really bad winters. And I was feeling reflective, but it kind of fits right now. It does take a little bit of a setup because the reason I don't play it is because it's a little esoteric, a little on the poetic side. It's about memories and what endures and what lasts and the trail left behind. The title, I'll tell you the title right off the bat. It's called In Velvet and Mercury. I bet Allison knows this. When a deer is born and their antlers are first coming in, they're protected by a furry coat until they grow out. And when a young deer is in that state, they're said to be in velvet. And mercury is the only liquid that doesn't freeze. So, anyway, it's a verbose way of introducing this song, but as you look outside at the snow, start reflecting a little bit, it might make some sense. Winter's so cruel, it knows how to take something so cruel out of thin air. It blankets and shims the weight of the world innocent limbs, thin and threadbare. But I know I'll see your love through the trees, in scattered light following me, that falls to the ground and lands safe and sound in velvet and mercury. darkness won't bend. It holds on tight right up to the end, a heart colder still, while the last shade of blue cradled in ice and tries to be true where no one else will. But I know I'll see your love through the trees in scattered light following me, that falls to the ground and lands safe and sound in velvet and mercury. Memories cave, they try to be strong, they try to be brave over the fire, and their coding is fine, layering one dream at a time on youth and desire. But I know I'll see your love through the trees in scattered light following me, that falls to the ground and lands safe and sound in velvet and mercury, in velvet and mercury. Now do you feel all wintry? Okay. Thank you so much, Matt. Alrighty then. Because of the droning nature of this next song, I have to compensate on my 48-year-old Martin. Okay. This is also a true story. And I've told this story before, and it's 100% true. Believe it or not, it's 100% true. I woke up one morning, I had a dream about a train robbery in Buffalo. And I woke up kind of confused because I couldn't imagine like an old Western train robbery in Buffalo, New York, because it was an industrial city, early on. But I've learned to go with my instincts and just make sure. And so I Googled it, and immediately, and I mean immediately, popped up an article about a 100-plus year train robbery outside Buffalo, Iowa. And not only that, but it had a fantastic story. This song, everything in this song is, I guess I'll say it's true, but it's based on the newspaper accounts, which are available online. You can Google those, Allison. This is a true story, and everything in this song is pretty much as it happened. And the other little folk music nugget is that the train that was robbed was literally the Rock Island Line, traveling from Chicago. But it was robbed between Davenport and Buffalo, Iowa. And it's called The Train to Buffalo, appropriately enough. I pulled up my mask and with the other four waited by the creek for the locomotive's roar. And when we saw the smoke and heard the whistle blow, we rode out to rob the train to Buffalo. We broke free the baggage car, the papers would report. When we blew the safe, they heard it back in Davenport. A fortune for the taking, silver, jewels, and gold. Yeah, but more than we could carry, more than we could hold. So we buried it, make our getaway. Off in the distance, you could hear the bloodhounds bray. But soon the trail grew cold and they would never know who robbed the train to Buffalo. In a Texas town, we kept in the clear and kept our treasure hidden for more than a year. And then two of us got drunk one night in a saloon, and I asked if we'd be back to get the money soon. But his eyes narrowed, his hand dropped to his side, and I knew the rest decided one of us should die. But we both drew fast and true, and as they cradled me, the last thing that I did was name the other three. As if I was gonna die for robbery, they would pay as well for their treachery. So in the end there wouldn't be a thing to show when we robbed the train to Buffalo. Now 100 years have passed, still others' fortunes see. Down along these railroad tracks, below the creek, dreaming of the riches waiting to be found. Yeah, but my advice would be, leave it in the ground. And keep in mind the story you've been told. You can take the silver, but the devil gets the gold. I wish someone had told me this long ago. Yeah, when we robbed the train to Buffalo. Yeah, when we robbed the train to Buffalo. Yeah, when we robbed the train to Buffalo. Oh, there's a moral to that tale. So it's a true story, and sure enough, if you were to say, look up, and there are these things, because researching the song I did some checking, of course. There are sites that list all the ill-gotten gains that were never recovered, and the take from that robbery has never been located to this day, as the song suggests. So if you got nothing better to do, there's this creek somewhere between Davenport and Buffalo, Iowa, by the railroad tracks, and get yourself a metal detector, and you never know. Let's see. Okay. This is a fun song, kind of. It's kind of a fun song. It's a fun song for me because it's a country western song about country western songs. I think most folks know that Hank Williams was a huge influence on me, just in terms of mostly the simplicity and honesty of his songs. I think that is what appeals to folks about at least old school country music. So this is a tribute to the way Hank might have done it. Well, they know me well in this town. They call me by my name. They know that since you left me, well, I've never been the same. The bartender's my best friend, and he always treats me right. He looks a little sad to say it's last call for the night. So I'll have something high and lonesome. Let's make it loud and clear, like old Hank was singing in my ear. Yeah, pour me one more whiskey, and before we get out of here, give me 2 bits for the jukebox and 3 chords worth of tears. He welcomes me when I walk in. He shakes hands when I leave. He makes believe he doesn't see the heart ripped from my sleeve. He brings the bottle over and he fills it to the top. But to me, the glass looks empty before I touch a drop. So I'll have something high and lonesome. Yeah, let's make it loud and clear, like old Hank was singing in my ear. Now pour me one more whiskey, and before we get out of here, give me 2 bits for the jukebox and 3 chords worth of tears. Now you can ask and I can talk and talk till I go home, but you won't know how I feel until you hear it from George Jones. So pour me one more whiskey, and before we get out of here. Give me 2 bits for the jukebox and 3 chords worth of tears. Give me 2 bits for the jukebox and 3 chords worth of tears. Yep, both kinds of music, country and western. Let's see. Oh, hi, Cindy. Welcome back. Hey, Carol. Hey, Ann. I guess you've got Kevin in tow there. Oh, boy. Okay, it's starting to run out of time. This is also going to be on the new record. I would suggest you Google this on YouTube. I had some very talented friends give me a hand with a video of this song, and they just did a fantastic job, including Abby Lane, daughter of Allison Lane, who happens to be watching the show tonight. Yeah. You got to bring Abby back down, Allison, so we can get her back in the studio. The song is called I Need You. There's a bird high in the tree that sings a harmony to a song that only you can hear, that only you can hear, only you can hear. And there's a secret time has missed, held tightly in my fist, a map that leads where only you can go, where only you can go, where only you can go. I need you more than you need me. I need you more than you need me. There's an echo from the cliff, the voice of loneliness, a wildfire only you can feel, that only you can feel, that only you can feel. I need you more than you need me. I need you more than you need me. You can say it isn't so, you love me more than I will know. Then tell me now and I'll believe it's true, 'cause I need you. There's a dying of the day that gives each night away, a final spark that only you can see, that only you can see, that only you can see. I need you more than you need me. I need you more than you need me. Now you can say you feel the same and cross your heart to make that claim. Then tell me now and I'll believe it's true. 'Cause I need you. I need you. I need you more than you need me. I need you. Let's see. Hey, Orion, how you doing? Thanks. I'm trying to catch up to see who's hanging around. Orion, you must have a 1,000 feet of snow up there in Saratoga. I hope you're okay and hope you and your dad are staying safe. Hey, Karen. Karen, nice of you to tune in from the West Coast. So we have a bunch of different states represented here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. We got Greg out in Seattle, Washington. We got Ann in Indiana. And we got Karen in California. Well, we got Dennis and Helen in California. We got people all over the place tuning in tonight. That's pretty great. This was, as the rhythm section of the band called it, the rocker on the first record. So let's see if I can be a one-man rock and roll band. Well, I'm so deep in this well, don't know how far I fell, don't know if it's night or day, if it matters anyway. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'm so far down this road, I feel I've been swallowed whole. I don't think I can take that hill. Don't know if I ever will. I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. Did you have to take all you could find? Yeah, one small thing someone else might find. Did you have to take all you could take? Yeah, I wish I'm asleep when I'm awake. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was Silence floods these streets. The darkness has me beat. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. This is where I would normally jump off the drum riser, except I don't have a drum riser at the moment anyway. Or at least I didn't bring one with me tonight. Maybe next Friday for the last show. Don't forget to come back next Friday for the big grand finale. My plan for next Friday, by the way, is to do sort of the same mix of the songs off the record and a couple of obscure ones kind of mixed in. And then afterwards, maybe after I've done, play some even more obscure songs or some requests or basically anything that I might have missed from the 4 shows. So next week, next Friday should be kind of fun too. I see by the old clock on the wall. I guess I'm going to leave you tonight with what I like to think of as the only song ever inspired by a Thomas Hardy poem. Thomas Hardy, as you probably all know, is responsible for the feel-good beach reading books, Jude the Obscure and Test of the D'Urbervilles and Far from the Madding Crowd. But just like every actor that wants to direct and every singer that wants to act, he wanted to be a poet. And he did write some great poems. And one of them inspired this song. And thanks again so much for coming back week after week. And there's a whole nother set next week, so please come back. Well, I can almost hear your voice when a whisper rides the wind. Words from long ago, they drift like falling snow, and I almost hear your voice. I can sometimes see your eyes when a stranger looks my way. It turns out to be your shadow chasing me, but I sometimes see your eyes. Just like a thief comes through a window and takes all he can find. Time makes off with your memories, but time leaves things behind. Yeah, time leaves things behind. I I can feel you by my side. In the stillness of the night, the long arm of the moon reaches across the room, and I feel you by my side. Just like a thief comes through a window and takes all he can find, and time makes off with your memories, but time leaves things behind. Time leaves things behind. Do you wonder where I am? And do you wonder where you'd be if some forgotten day things had gone another way? And do you wonder where you'd be? Just like a thief comes through a window and takes all he can find, and time makes off with your memories, but time leaves things behind. Yeah, time leaves things behind. Time leaves things behind. That's the truth. See, no comments. Thanks so much, Gary. Let's go with us. We're going to keep it much longer than an hour. I think we have no fire problems. Is that possibly true? And I'll go to a private chat and see. Oh no! We did! Oh, what a bummer. So it's interesting that the audio at the end, that happened last week too. I wonder if it's a time thing. I don't know. Is it, well, it sounds like it's gone nuts now. What a shame. My favorite song. There you go. Maybe it's big tech. Anyway, I apologize for the audio problems. I'm going to stick around and chat some people online here, and I don't know what to say. We thought we had it this week. Anyway, hopefully we'll get it ironed out by next week. So thanks again for listening, and stick around if you feel like chatting in the chat window.